So today is Sunday, March 19th. Yesterday, I went for a ride, but before I tell you about that, I started with the Northwest Cycling Club about a year and a half ago. The first ride I ever took was with the No Drop group, 14 to 16 mile an hour average out of Zuby Park in Hockley. No drop means nobody gets left behind. They do about a 35-mile route, and at the halfway point, there's a break at the Exxon at 1488 and 290, and I didn't really know how long a break was or anything like that, so I was kind of in the store, taking my time, using the restroom, shopping for some drinks, and when I came back out, the No Drop group was rolling through the underpass at 290, and I had been dropped by the No Drop group. That was my first experience with Northwest Cycling, and leader of the No Drop group actually joked with me about that recently, saying it was the Low Drop group, not the No Drop group. But that's how I got started. Yesterday, I went for a ride with the 22 plus group, the A group. It was my first time ever doing that. There are really two reasons I wanted to do that. One, I was trying to do a route down to Monaville, and I wanted to put a pretty good timestamp on that, and I thought going with the A group, even if I were to get dropped, would give me a jump start on that. And then two, I kind of wanted to test myself to see if I could stay with the A group. And as it turns out, I was able to stay with them. And not only was I able to stay with them, I took turns on the front. I wasn't just sitting in or on a wheel. And it turned out to be a pretty good ride. So it was a great ride, and just a fantastic ride. It was the penultimate ride in my first build period on my training plan. The first build period was 3 weeks long. Today was actually the last day in the build period, and so after the ride yesterday, I was feeling very good. Not only did I have a great ride, but it was a good emotional high to end a build period on. I'm really beating up my legs during the build period. I'm exhausted, placing a lot of training stress on my body. And so the emotional high coming off of the ride yesterday is just a really good way to go into a recovery week coming up this week, where I'm not going to ride really more than 30 minutes a day. But I didn't take today off either. I still wanted to do some work. So as you can see, I'm not done. I'm still working towards my goal. Good ride yesterday doesn't mean I stop working. I set several goals for myself at the start of the year. One of them was easy to achieve. It was just to participate in a race. These are the big goals. I had 3 big goals this year, or 3 big objectives. And I participated in a race. I've done that 3 times now. But the other 2 goals I don't really talk a whole lot about. I wanted to get my watts per kilogram up significantly from where it was, and I know what that number is. I'm probably going to do an FTP test again at the end of this recovery week, hoping to be in the 230s somewhere, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you consider I started my plan at 205, that's about a 15% increase, and then when you consider I started my plan at 172 pounds, and I'm down to about 149, probably is my daily average now. That's a significant increase in power and a significant decrease in weight. So my power to weight ratio is progressing nicely. But the other goal I have that I don't talk a lot about is most of my training plan, or actually my entire training plan, has been geared towards peaking at the Chapel Hill road race. That's when I should be in peak fitness. I don't know really why I picked that race. I kind of see that as the big race for me this year. It's a course that I know well. These other races were in Crockett, Fayetteville, and Beaumont. I had never been on any of those roads before. I've been in Chapel Hill many times, and I know that the field there is going to be very competitive, but my goal at the start of the year was to finish in the top 2/3 of that field. It seems an impossible goal based on my previous races, but after yesterday and after what I'm starting to see for myself, I'm now hoping to exceed that goal, I think. And that may just be optimism, but I'm going to work every day like I'm optimistic. And, you know, it's an opportunity I have. If you've read pedalpros.com at all, you know that in the past I was told I was never going to walk again. I don't know why all those prayers on my behalf were answered and other people's aren't, but they were. And it's a blessing I'm not going to waste.